this video particularly will cover PrimeNG. So what is PrimeNG and how we can install PrimeNG in Angular project, and what is the setup process of PrimeNG and how we can implement PrimeNG. Everything we are going to cover in this video. So if you Google PrimeNG, you'll see that this first website is for the PrimeNG, and it is saying that next gen UI suite for Angular. So it simply means that using PrimeNG we can build UI components in Angular, similar to Bootstrap, Tailwind, or there are a lot of plethora other options. So PrimeNG is one of them, and using it we could simply create this kind of stunning UIs, as you can see, in simple components, right? So it gives us component for buttons or these tables, everything similar to the Bootstrap or any other framework you might have used. So let's create a new project, Angular project, and then I will show you how we can install PrimeNG and all these things. So I have created a folder YT for YouTube video purposes, and I'll just open terminal in this one. But if you have a Windows, so just let's say create a new folder and open command prompt in this one. So I'll create a new project in Angular, and for that the syntax is ng new, right? Ng new, and then the project name. Let's give this project name as PrimeNG demo, right? So once you give this one, it is just asking you some steps to create the Angular project. And zoneless application, do we want it is in developer preview? So I'll say no, and I'll go with CSS, this one. So do we need server-side rendering? No, as of now, because the focus is to learn PrimeNG. So in this particular video, we are not covering the SSR. By the way, till this is installing, what is SSR? SSR is server-side rendering, where if you are creating an Angular application that is client-facing and you want that to be SEO optimized, or you want to have a good presence for SEO. What is SEO? SEO is search engine optimization. So if you are building a website that should rank well on search engine, so in that case you should consider going with server-side rendering. But if you are having an admin application that only admins will use, so in that case that doesn't need to be ranked in search engine, right? So we don't need to have a SSR. So till it is installing, you learn one thing, what is SSR. So it is also very good interview questions. Also it is known as Angular Universal. So again, so this is not related to PrimeNG, it is something new, just for your own knowledge. So if someone asks like what is Angular SSR, you should know. If there is an application that need to there is an Angular project that you are building that need to be ranked well on Google or any other search engine like Bing or anything, so you should consider using SSR, right? So now the project is created, we'll go to the project. So I'm just doing ls. The similar command is dir in Windows to check what is there in this folder. So we have PrimeNG demo, so I'll just go inside this project and I'll just open this in VS Code. So nothing fancy in this one. So we just created a fresh new Angular project and we opened it in VS Code, that's it. So let's see if it is open. Okay, it is now open. The project is PrimeNG demo, right? So if we go to package.json, we'll see that this is created using Angular 20, because the Angular core is 20 here, right? So now what is the steps to uh, let me close these things. What is the steps to create or add this PrimeNG to the newly created project? Let me organize it a bit. Yeah, so we'll click on get started. So it is showing that how we need to install. So PrimeNG is available to download on npm registry. So npm is a website which is node package manager. So here we have all the packages we usually use, and PrimeNG is available there. So if we'll search for PrimeNG, for example, here we'll see the PrimeNG as well. See, PrimeNG is there. So it is just making you easier by saying that what is the command you need to install this PrimeNG. You can see this PrimeNG, and this command is npm I PrimeNG, or I for install. So this is saying same thing, npm install PrimeNG. Then it is saying that also you need to install this Prime UI X themes, so that you can see what are the themes PrimeNG provides. It is also another library. So what this command means is npm install means we'll install some packages. And what are the packages? The first package we'll install is PrimeNG. The second package we'll install is Prime UI X themes, right? So two packages. That was the first one. This is the second one. Clear? So if I need another package, I'll just give a space and write another package name. So this is in three ways. You need to choose any one of these. You can install using npm, you can install using yarn, or also you can install using pnpm. So let's go with npm, right? So I'll open terminal in my newly created Angular project. This is my newly created Angular project called PrimeNG demo. I'll hit this command npm install, then two things I will install. First is PrimeNG and the second one is PrimeNG themes. So what earlier it was only PrimeNG, so using PrimeNG you can just download its dependencies, but the themes is something like if there are any other themes you need to install, so that you that will get installed from PrimeNG. So you can say this failed. So as a developer you should learn how to read the errors. So what it is saying that, so we have a dependency or conflict issue as we are using Angular 20, right? So we so it is not able to compatible the current version of PrimeNG. So it is 21, but I have 20, right? My Angular is on 20, but this is installing the latest PrimeNG 21. So there are two options in this case. Either you can upgrade your Angular project to use 21, in that case it will just success, or there is a shortcut. So using the same command, I'll just have same command npm install PrimeNG, and then I'll just use this command legacy pair dependencies, so that it will check those legacy pair dependencies, or also you can force it to install. But what it is recommended is to fix the core thing. What is the core issue here? The core issue was I'm using Angular 20, but it was trying to install PrimeNG 21. So now as I use this command of legacy peer dependencies, now if you'll see which version of PrimeNG it installed. So it installed the 21, and the but Prime UI it installed this one. So it just kind of forced to use this version of PrimeNG. As of now you can know that one. So what we did again, so in case you are getting confused, we just created an Angular project. We just use this command to install PrimeNG and Prime UI X themes. Two things we installed in this project, and that we can confirm from these two lines. If we are installing a package from Angular npm or anything, those packages will show here in the packages.json folder in the dependencies object. This is the dependency object, and in this one we can see what are the things we have in this Angular project, right? So now we have installed PrimeNG and Prime UI themes. So these two things are there. It confirms that we have installed these two packages in our project. Okay, so what next? Now it is saying that provide PrimeNG to the list of provider in your app config ts, or use the theme property to configure. Okay, so it is giving an example. So where it is asking us to configure, it is asking us to configure in app config.ts. So we'll go to the app config.ts, where it is. We'll see app config.ts. Here it is the app config.ts. So what it is saying us to do in that project, first of all, see, it is saying that from PrimeNG it is using two import, because this is from the Angular core application config, right? It is already there. See, application config. So how I got to know that these two are from PrimeNG and this I discarded? Because I see from where it is importing. You'll see from Angular core. This means that I have nothing to do with it, this one. I installed PrimeNG right now, so I should be saying that where this thing is coming from PrimeNG, So these two are the things I need to configure. That's how I know it, right? So I'll just add these two lines, right? So now see, this is highlighted, but these two are not highlighted. That means that it is saying that these two are you have imported, but you are not using. Now it is giving me a suggestion from Copilot, but I'll just disable Copilot as of now, so that I just want to show you how we can configure manually, right? So now after we use these two input lines, so what is saying now, we have to add this in the providers array. See, there is a providers array because it starts with this bracket. So do we have a providers array? Let's see, we have this providers array, right? We have three items inside this provider array. Now what we need to add, we have to add this part, because see, this was a provider array and it is showing this thing. This doesn't mean that whatever there in the providers array you will delete that, no. So keep that, just add this line extra. So these three things were there, I'm just adding this new thing. Clear, right? So we completed this step as well. Now verify, it is saying that now as you configured, you should be able to verify if PrimeNG is installed or not, right? So how will verify that? To verify that, we have to verify the setup by adding a component such as button. So we'll use a simple component of PrimeNG. We'll see if this is showing in your application or not, right? Okay, but before that, I have not run my application. Let me run this Angular application. I'll hit ng serve. Yes, so because this is the first time I'm running this project, so it is building. Now the application is running. So this is the basic Angular application, it is running. So what I will do is I'll clear everything from app.html. So now it is clear, right? So let's say I'll just have a h1 tag of hi, right? It is showing me hi. Now Our goal is to verify if in PrimeNG is working. So what we'll do is, it is saying that if you want to verify, so maybe just have a component or use it. So what we'll do is, we'll go to any of these components. Do we have a component? No, not right at this moment, but okay, we'll add that in this HTML, app.html. So this is the P button. Okay, so I'm just adding this P button. But this P button, where it will come from? Because this is in HTML. Do we have a tag of P button? No, we have h1 tag. That's why it worked here, h1 tag, right? H1. But we don't have a P button, right? So how it will work? So for it to work, if I'll save this one, I'll show you. See, this is giving me error. P button is not a known element. Why it is not a known element? Because it is not a HTML button. In HTML we don't have a P button, but we're trying to write a P button. That's why it is giving us error, right? But where this P button will come from? This P button will come from PrimeNG, and for that we need to import this P button. Okay, so where we are using this P button at app.html, then in that app ts, its respective ts file, we need to import it, right? Simple. Then only it will work. So what it is saying that in the component, so we'll just import this button module. See, why I used it, why I'm writing in app.ts, because I'm using this button in app.html, and the app.ts is its respective ts file. That's why I'll import in this P button. And then again, this is not enough. We have to add it to the imports array, right? See, in the imports we have to write it. So I will import this button. Now hopefully this error should go away. Why? Because now if I'm using a P button, I'm saying that this button should come from button module of PrimeNG, right? So now I'll go here to check. See, the button is now visible. It is not giving us an error, and congratulations, we installed PrimeNG in your first project. So in the next video, we'll see how other components we can install from PrimeNG. If you like this video, just give a thumbs up to this video. Thank you.